Hour. The Power. With DJ Larry Jones.
What are some of the blame? All right, it's time for the Power Hour. And on this segment, I have... All right, you're watching Mental Health Moments. All right, you know what time it is. It's time for the Power Hour going home. Mm-hmm. So I had to find out more. And all right, you know what time it is. It's time for the Power Hour. And today's topic is, can high blood pressure and diabetes be reversed? My next guest is here to tell us all about that. If it's true or not. She says it's true. I believe it as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. Matter of fact, introduce yourself. I want you to introduce yourself, and I want you to give your backstory.
Okay, well, my name is Kaya Bonella. I come from New York City, Brooklyn, New York in the house. And my husband and I were sent to Texas about 14 years ago by the Lord. He said to move to Texas. When God says move, you have to move. When you end up where God wants you, you always end up in the best place for you and your family.
All right, let's jump right into it. Now, can high blood pressure and diabetes be reversed?
Listen,
let's talk about it.
It can be reversed. God is so good and faithful. Let me tell you like this. This life that we live is governed by laws that God put in place before we were born. And for some reason, we think we can change the trajectory of life just because we're human and we have a brain. But the reality is, in America, health is failing, not because health has to fail, but because we're doing the same thing and expecting different results. So if we follow the laws of life, let me just give you one example. Y'all know the law of gravity, but let's talk about the law of sowing and reaping for a minute. If you sow a lot of saturated fat, animal fat into your diet, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to reap an unhealthy body. You're going to reap high blood pressure. You're going to reap diabetes, high cholesterol. So a lot of people take pills for these diagnoses, for these diseases. Did a pill cause it?
Right.
No.
So a
pill is not going to fix it. What is going to fix it is getting to the root of the problem, not trying to take a Band-Aid and put it on a wound that will never heal, called taking a pill. Right. So I don't want to get it misunderstood. I'm not anti-medications. I love emergency medicine. I love antibiotics. I love chemotherapy. I love radiation therapy. I love life-saving treatments. But when we talk about high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, when we talk about high cholesterol, we're talking about lifestyle diseases, meaning diseases that are brought on by our lifestyle, diseases that are dietarily driven. So you might have seen one of my videos in the past, and I said diseases are in the diet. That's it.
That's factual.
It's your mental diet, it's your physical diet, it's your spiritual diet. And if I can help people to get their diet under control, what are you eating? What are you watching on TV? Okay? What are you ingesting in your mouth and in your body? Spiritually, are you sitting aside by yourself and just, okay, Lord, I'm here. Thank you for life. Are you having those moments of gratitude? Because if you're not, disease is on its way. Because the body is governed by these laws of life, because God created our bodies. Therefore, we must abide by the laws of God and not expect our bodies to abide by our own man-made laws.
It makes a lot of sense. And by nature, your body is actually designed to heal itself.
Ooh. Listen,
you know what I mean? See, I know where to go sometimes. I know how to get there sometimes.
The body is, again, pre-programmed from birth to heal itself. You said it, ding, ding, ding. But why is it not healing itself? Why is America spending billions and trillions of dollars on health and we are sick?
Yeah. Let me ask you this question. How long would it take to reverse these conditions just by a lifestyle change? How long would that take?
That's such a good question. It depends on the person. It depends on their motivation. Are they going to do what it takes? So let's say somebody's doing everything right, everything that they're supposed to do, right? It could take them a year, depending on where they're starting. If you're starting at 200 pounds and you need to lose 50, it's going to take you a little longer than somebody who needs to lose 20, right? So it varies. But the key is to remember it's possible. The key is to remember, keep going. And this is not for a diet. This is not for a short time. This is for the long haul. If you're trying to live until 90 years old without aches and pains, you got some work to do. But if you're cool with the doctor saying, I need to crack your chest open at 70, let him crack. Jimmy crack on, and I don't care. So you have to make up in your mind, and that's how I work with my clients. What do you want? Because Kaya can't give you what Kaya wants. Kaya wants 120 years, boo. I want to be here for 120 years strong. I want to go to sleep and they say, oh, grandma didn't wake up. That's how I want to go.
Right.
And I have to do what? The law of sowing and reaping. I have to sow the seeds into my life that's going to bring that harvest. Right. So I'm not eating your donuts.
Right. So what's the best thing to put in your diet? What's the correct diet? I mean, or is there a correct diet?
There is a correct diet. Yes, sir. And again, I'm a Christian. I think that's obvious. It goes back to the Garden of Eden. That's where we all have to go back to the Garden of Eden.
Eat what's grown, right? Eat what comes from the ground.
Anything from the ground. You know why? Because anything else the body doesn't even recognize. Right. And that's why you can eat another donut and eat another donut, because your body is like, oh, that was good. Let's have another one. It's a drug. It's not food.
Right.
It's toxic in nature. Therefore, at the end of the day, you're eating and getting heavier and heavier. Why? Because the body's like, oh, let's tuck this over there.
Yeah. And
it gets to the point where the body starts tucking fat in your eyes. Yeah. Some of you can open your eyes wide and you see this white line around. That ain't cute. That is not cute. That's fat growing around your eyes, because the body said, where else we gonna put it? We put it in the arms, no more room there. We put it in the legs, the buttocks. We put it everywhere. There's no room. Let's put it in here. And then where does the fat go after that, Larry?
Man, places it shouldn't go.
There we go. and then what
vital places, which then causes heart attacks, disease.
There we go. And that's when the doctor says you have high blood pressure. You have diabetes type 2. You have, okay, let's stop the you have. Let's stop.
Now you have to take this pill, right? But
one of my clients this week told me, she said, my doctor told me I have to take this pill for the rest of my life if I start it. That's not true.
No, I don't believe in that. I believe in, hard work. When I say hard work, I mean, it's a lifestyle change. It's not going to be easy to go from eating ribs and fried chicken to eating kale and, stuff like that. It's not going to taste right to you, but it's going to feel right to your body. We should eat to live, not live to eat. You know what I mean? Can genetics play a part in this?
Of course, genetics plays a part in it. But I'm going to use a quote from my favorite Australian nutritionist, Barbara O'Neill. That's her name. Barbara O'Neill says, genetics loads the gun, but it's your lifestyle that pulls the trigger. So in other words, I can have a predisposition for anything and everything. It doesn't mean it's going to happen to me. If I have made a conscious decision, again, I was talking to my family about this just the other day. The limbic system is right back here in the middle of the brain, right? When we're born, we are all driven by that limbic system. That's why babies cry. They're emotional. They let it all hang out. They wear their heart on their sleeve because they focus on how do I feel, right? Yeah. What do I feel like eating? Well, in the process of childhood, as we grow up, our parents are supposed to teach us how to use our frontal lobe. Our frontal lobe is the part of intelligence. It's the part that helps us to make conscious, good decisions for our lives. So it comes a point, going back to the Bible, when I was a child, I spoke, reasoned, thought like a child. But when I grew up, I put away childish things. Okay, put away that limbic. Oh, it don't taste good. Okay, boo, then go ahead, take the pill. Right. I don't like it. Go ahead, take the pill. Do yourself a favor, because the pill will at least extend your life. If you don't make changes, take the pill. But if you use your frontal cortex and say, okay, let me think logically. I don't really like the taste of the kale, but the kale will save my life, heal my heart and my body. Okay, taste buds, I'm pushing you aside. Shut up. It's time to eat.
That
Eventually,
should be incentive enough to make you want to change.
exactly. And eventually, just the same way you and I got our taste buds from our childhood, the same way we acquired that taste, the same way somebody in India is eating monkey brain right now and loving
Right.
it,
Right.
is the same way we can reprogram, rewire our taste buds to like healthy food. It's really not that hard.
Right. So give us some tips. What can we eat to start the process of what kind of diet should we be on?
So this is the diet. I'm going to tell you, I've never said it publicly, but this is the diet. It's the whole food plant-based diet, not vegan. Not vegan.
Right.
I repeat, not vegan. Okay? The whole food plant-based diet. We're talking about your rice, your beans, your legumes, your nuts, your seeds, your carrots, your broccoli, your cabbage, all things grown from the ground. That's it. Nothing in a box with 5 different ingredients.
Right. No
We're
preservatives.
no oh, forget about it. No artificial flavors, colorings. No, we don't want your fancy trick cereal. No, no,
Right.
no. We don't want anything that's colored not by the sun. We want all the phytonutrients that come from what the sun does to our carrots and our green peppers, red peppers when it does what it does. Because when we ingest those type of nutrients, our bodies are going to have a party. Our stomach is going to be like, yes.
Right.
Our liver, our intestines. We don't think about all of that. And I got my little friend here, my little naked man. Say hi. But anyway, we don't think about our liver.
Right.
When you eat all of that fast food, it's getting inundated with fat.
And your liver is working overtime until it eventually shuts down on you.
Thank you. And the liver's job is to cleanse your body. It's a detoxifying organ. So no good if it's jacked up. The skin, we have to think beyond today. We have to think, the tip is think beyond today. Think about tomorrow. Think about your heart. What are you doing to your heart when you're eating these things? Yeah, you enjoyed it, but how's your body handling that? And your body is the vehicle that's going to get you from here to the end of your life. And remember, you can always choose to get that chest cracked open, or you can choose the alternative. No chest cracked open. This is hard for me to change my diet, but eventually I'm going to love it. Yeah. So that's my tip.
Now, what do you say to people who say, well, they spray this stuff down, the stuff that we buy in the grocery store, they spray it down with pesticide and all these chemicals, then they bring it to the grocery store. What do you say to that?
They are right. So conventionally grown produce is not the best. The best is organic. But let's say somebody says, well, the organic is quite expensive. Then you need to use the conventional, soak it in some lemon, some vinegar, some water, clean it really well, get rid of as much toxins as you can, say your prayers before you eat it, and thank God for a healthy body. Because I promise you, you will be healthier if you eat those type of foods versus the alternative. So the whole food plant-based diet is free of all meat, no animal products, no fish. That's what I do. That's what my husband is doing. He has high blood pressure, which is coming down. I have a history of high cholesterol, which is coming down in a very short time. Even without exercising, this diet makes you lose weight because it is the best diet for us.
No, that's 100% right. I've been doing some things, some changes, and I'm too have high blood pressure, and I check my pressure every morning. And since I made the change, I haven't taken a pill in over 2 months.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
I salute you.
It works.
Brother.
Yeah, and for the naysayers who may watch this and say, well, yeah, whatever, it's true. I haven't taken a pill in 2 months, and my pressure is like, I think the highest it's been since I've made the change was like 140. The lowest it's been is like 127 over 71 or 2, something like that. So I'm maintaining. Now, here's the thing. If I decide to eat something that I'm not supposed to eat, and I know that I'm not supposed to eat it, then I'll take a pill because I know it's going to go up.
Oh, my goodness.
You know what I mean? So that's my cheat sheet, and I shouldn't do it, but that's my cheat sheet. But, to speak to everything you're saying, it does work. Lifestyle changes does work. You just have to stick to it. Love yourself, love your body, love who you are as a person, and when you eat right, you'll feel right.
Absolutely. Amen to that.
It's been a pleasure having you on the show, Kaya. We have to do this again. We have to do weekly updates.
That'd be great. We should do that. Weekly would be great. I'm down for it.
Weekly updates. We have to, get this into some folks and.
You're watching the Power Hour. The Power with DJ Larry Jones.
What are some of the blame? All right, it's time for the Power Hour, and on this segment, I have. All right, you're watching Mental Health Moments. All right, you know what time it is? It's time for the Power Hour going home. So I had to find out more, and